Okay, Helldivers, it is theory time because I have some new information regarding the Warhammer 40k collab that might just change everything or it might be nothing, so let's dive in and check it out. Okay, my friends, now I know that you already have your wish list of what items that you want in the 40k collab. Now, some people are wanting Space Marines, some people are wanting, just Astra Militarum and whatever, but it's obviously a pretty likely choice that we're going to be getting some Astra Militarum. And from the teaser video, we did see that they were painting the Cascarin figures, and they are big fans of 40k, so it makes a lot of sense. So maybe that was a bit of a red herring, but I don't want to kind of speculate on that because we've already talked about that previously. That's not the new information that I've come across. No, the new information I've come across is actually within the file name of the teaser image for the 40k collab itself. Okay, so right now you're probably thinking, Ox, what the hell are you on about? Well, my friends, when I was looking back at some of the images that I'd saved down of the 40k collab, and then revisiting some of the people that had shared it out, like, the different news outlets, I came across again a file name that was shared off by IGN, and then by a couple others, and the file name that when you save it down is actually Shark Warbond with a bunch of different numbers behind it. And while obviously this is a code name for things, is it a little bit more than just that? Are they alluding to something bigger? Okay, but also so you don't think that I'm full of it, if you go now and type into Google Shark Warbond and IGN, you will come across the image of IGN 40k collab that they announced. And my friends, if you save down that file, it has Shark Warbond in the name, which is very interesting. And it also has you thinking about, well, in the 40k universe, what is really with sharks? Well, my friends, obviously the Carcharodon Space Marine chapter comes to mind. If you don't know, they're also known as the Space Sharks, and they're pretty badass, they're pretty cool, they're kind of like these silent killers of the battlefield, but highly unlikely we would ever get anything regarding that, my friends, although it would be incredibly cool. So as I said previously, most likely it's not going to be Space Marines, it's going to be like an Astra Militarum crossover, but what else is shark related that we can think of? And that has me thinking, think about where Arrowhead is located in Sweden. They are in an area of other game developers and studios, one of those being Fat Shark, the studio behind Warhammer Darktide, which is a 40k video game. Now, we already know that those two studios are on good relationships with each other, and they're in close proximity, so maybe, it's kind of, again, a bit of a red herring for the naming convention, or maybe there's something a little bit more to it. So if we follow this thread, my friends, and we think about the video game Darktide by Fat Shark, which is, again, in the 40k universe, one of their classes is the Veteran class. Now, the Veteran is, Astra Militarum, or at least former Astra Militarum, because they were a prisoner, then they redeemed themselves, but you have all the same gear that you would normally have as Astra Militarum, from the las guns to the plas launchers and everything like that, or plas guns I should say, and all the different weaponry. There's a lot to kind of pull from. And also, my friends, if you think about it, Darktide is also on the same game engine, which is the Stingray Autodesk, that Arrowhead uses as well. And maybe there's some knowledge sharing that happens sometimes previously, and maybe, again, it is another thread that's combining the two of them together for this potential collab. I would love to hear your thoughts on it, but it has me really thinking that if there is something, it could maybe be the Veteran from Darktide coming in. He has the standard Astra Militarum armor at times, or he has a bunch of other different armor sets that he could use. Maybe it's something along those lines that we're going to get a little bit of a Darktide crossover with the Warhammer 40k collab. I'm not sure, my friends, but, tinfoil hats on and everything. If you're following the naming convention of Shark, it kind of makes a lot of sense to me, but again, maybe I'm going down a crazy rabbit hole, and it's just, again, just a weird code name that they're going to throw away, and it's not that at all, and will be egg on my face, but after reading that, it really had my brain thinking and spiraling. I'm like, you know what, let's follow this a little bit more and see what we can unveil, and hey, maybe I'm onto something. Okay, everyone, that's a quick one, but that's all I have for you, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.